Welcome back to Bonanza Disc Golf. Today, I got my hands early on the Zone OS, the first run. And a lot of times recently, Discraft's first run has been different than their proto or test flights. Now I say that, but I never actually got my hands on a test flight. These are the ones that we're gonna be able to get our hands on as normal people. Big shout out to Fly Green Disc Golf here in the Denver area, because they hooked it up, Joe over there, with getting me this a little bit early. So today we're at Johnny Roberts, the most popular course in America, short little 18 hole. It actually has a couple holes that are over 250, which I don't know if I can reach at the Zone OS. Brody and Ezra were saying that they were throwing it like max, like 280, 300 maybe? So today we're gonna compare the Zone OS to just a Get Freaky Crystal Flex. The Get Freaky is a little puddle top, which I know not all Crystal Flexes are. This is very flat, and honestly the biggest difference is it just feels deeper, like almost twice as deep. That's what it feels like. It isn't quite, but look at how much deeper that is, and I think that just makes it less aerodynamic and means it's gonna be a lot more stable. The current leaderboard for my series Johnny Putter Reviews is right over here. I wanna beat 4 down with this guy, and 4 down is the best that I've shot with an approach disc so far, which is the Latitude 64 Savior, but I think this will be a little more reliable because it's got some less glide. Ooh, that might actually be relatively useful. We'll have to see, but since I'm gonna throw zones this year, it might fight for a spot in the bag. Crystal Flex. Get there, get there, get there. Oh, deep. It always looks so good on this hole. All right, Zone OS. Guess we're not going perfect. One big tip for throwing really overstable discs like this is your tendency can really be to rip over on them. Like, try to throw them as hard as you can to get the power into that. The problem with that is the more power you throw it with, the less stable a disc is gonna be if you don't put enough spin. So instead of doing that, I really focus on trying to be smooth and spinny. Just focus on the spin rather than the speed. 203 feet to the basket right out there. Oops, Zone OS does not have the box. I think we're gonna throw these both flat and let them do the work fading. Probably have to throw the Zone OS a little bit more to the right. That will play. Oh, that thing is stable. Wow. Good shot though. Also, we're totally gonna add the Crystal Flex Zone to Johnny Putter Reviews just as zone. So it still has the opportunity to go perfect. And if you guys didn't know, the way that this series works is if I bogey, I give away a disc over on my Patreon, which I call the sponsor circle. And you get like an extra video and stuff over there. It's all linked in the description if anyone wants to join, but your watching means a ton to me already. Hole 3 here, 273 all the way down there. So it's gonna have to be a flex line down the middle. I think we can reach there with the zone. I don't think I can reach there with the Zone OS. When I'm throwing on Anheuser and trying to get spin, I throw it out and fall through down. So instead of trying to rip over and like come through fast and open up my shoulders, I wanna make sure I stay behind the disc, throw through it out here and follow through almost to the ground, like I want to throw kind of a roller. Okay. Probably should have aimed a little better. I think I did open up a little bit, but I think that with this is probably pretty good. I think I might be a putt. Let's go. And interesting, I just looked at the flight numbers. The Zone OS is 4215, and the Discraft stability rating is 2.6. Pretty beefy boy. 165, little skippy forehand. Zone OS has the box back. They're both 2 down. Oh my gosh. I threw that like a zone, not a zone. Jeez, that thing is so stable. Same exact shot. Like literally threw those identical. At least it felt like that to me. Maybe not, but that's a 40-foot difference. I feel like this is nice because last season, I didn't like the zones as much because I think I had less touch, but I was throwing them and felt like I was misreleasing. I didn't like Z-Zone specifically. The Z-Zone S actually isn't that bad because of how much deeper it is, and that's why I gravitated more towards Razor Claws, which are more stable. They call them 4214, so apparently not quite as stable as the Zone OS. And I'd say that's probably true. Razor Claws, I think, go a little bit farther, but this is much more in that territory than a zone, which is good because I think both are needed in a lineup potentially. 225 feet to the basket. Kind of want to try the forehand. That's great. I didn't turn it, but it's still a look, a 50-foot look, but a look. I think this disc definitely will fill in some slots for the big arm Discraft players, the Ezras, the Brodies, anyone who throws the zone right now for approaches and needs something slightly beefier in the wind, because that's one of the reasons too. Like last season, I had a Justice in the bag that I almost never used, But if it was slightly windier, I would throw that instead of a Zone. Now, Justice, I think, has a little more glide. It goes a little farther than the Zone OS, but a very similar category. And I think a lot of the differences between those two discs just depends on how it feels in your hand and what you want to throw. The difference is like maybe 15 feet. It's not far. 15 feet does not matter that much ultimately. I kind of really like the shaping with the Zone OS because I don't have a disc right now that I feel like I can just throw as hard as I want and like have a lot of really good distance control. This disc definitely has that. It is very reminiscent to me of a Razor Claw 3. Maybe the rim isn't quite the same. I think it like kind of maybe slightly plus rim. The Razor Claw's rim I think feels slightly more comfortable, but very similar disc. I think it's a step up from the Toro because the Toro is, to me, a slightly more stable zone. Like if you could find a really stable run of zones, that's kind of what a Toro feels like to me, and it feels very similar to the Zone. This feels like a step up, but the Toro's numbers. So I guess if they're going against the Toro with this disc, it makes sense why they put the numbers, but that's why flight numbers don't mean anything. It's gonna be maybe 20, 25 feet. Still a little short. I kind of like the way that disc is shaping though. Long for Johnny Roberts standards. Hole 7, 237 feet. I think we're gonna go flex forehand. Aim it at that tree and let it finish. Really, even on these ones, really focusing on spinning it down instead of throwing out your arm, because that can really hurt you. I think that's still like 15 feet short, holy cow. I think I'm learning the Zone a bit. I kind of want to see if I can throw this thing 300 feet at some point. Maybe a second channel video. All right, hole 8, 171. Good ace run with these guys. I think I still have to put this on a slight amount of flex and just trust it back. I'm not respecting that disc like it deserves. Too far. Ace runs got the best of me with this one. Oh gosh. For the lead. Oh, Anthony. It's always the ace run holes that get me the pars. I've been scoring so much better this round sometimes because I know I can't ace a lot of those. All right, hole 9 here. Same box order. 240 feet down there. So I think with the Zone, regular Zone, just gonna give it a touch of ante out of the hand, let it flatten through the gap and maybe get a skip back. Don't have to juice it, maybe throw it 75% power because I think I can get these about 300. I think I can get these like 206 feet. So this one, I'm gonna actually have to throw it. Oh my gosh. That's great. That's the shot I wanted to throw. Right there. A little short, got a little wind bounce and then stalled up, but not bad. All right, hole 10's one of the trickier ones. It's 230 feet straight out there behind those trees. There is the forehand line here, but I think we're just gonna do a turnover backhand, especially with the Zone OS. Really good one, I think, because it's not unglidey if you spin it, but it doesn't go far. So it will still fight out and skip back, which is nice. Because if it's a super like puddle top disc, a lot of times it won't actually skip back after it fights out, but since it's flat, it will. At least I expect it to. Nice. A little too low, but good shot. Nope. Sit down. Ooh. It's a decent teaching moment for tailwind there because the wind there, since it was a tail, I knew it pushed my disc forward, but when I started on a nose down angle on Anheuser so that it can get down and then skip back, the wind, instead of just pushing it forward, is going to push it down. Kind of pushed the one down and I tried to overcompensate because I was like, oh crap, I can't not give it the height, and then I threw the Zone on Heiser. Oh gosh. Oh, gross. That was a lazy putt. That was such a lazy putt. Terrible putt. That means I'm giving away. Oh, not this one. Someone gave it to me. I'll give away a Zone. Actually, I have a Zone to give away. If I ace though, I get to negate it. This hole's like 160. Great hole, 2 ace. Wow, that's still so short. Holy cow. Oh, that was good. Play that right to left, baby. All right, hole 12, 150, straight through there. We're gonna flex him through this gap and gonna have to give this Zone OS a decent bit of flex. This tree gets in my head, but shouldn't be an issue. Oh yeah. Great shot. Oh, that thing's glide here. Ooh. Oh, that was a lot of chains. Ooh, that one slipped out the back. All right, 230, dead ahead. There is the forehand to get around the tree, and the wind is pushing that way. 230 with the Zone OS. Oh, yikes. Oh, I think it hit something. Come on, windage, do your thing. There we go. Shout out City of Arvada, baby. Oh, man. Corner pocket. Oof. I'm interested to see when or if they're gonna start doing more plastics with the Zone OS. I think Brodie Smith's Tour Series this year is a Zone OS. I don't know if it's the Z Plastic or a special edition one, because I know you had to get Freakies, and I know they already did a 2023 run, so he's gonna take over all the overstable zone spots, I guess. 205 feet, we're gonna go fast. Oh, both get the birdie. Zone has the box, a slight headwind. Yup, Zone OS. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. This is so stable. If I just want to get some aggression out and not have it go past 250, it's a great little disc. Whoa. Oh, that's... I just filmed the putting video yesterday and I'm still like trying to figure out uphill and downhill putting. And that was downhill, but it was tailwind, so I was like, oh, tailwind drop. No, not when it's downhill and you're putting down the hill, because then your nose is down and it's gonna push it forward. That's a good teaching moment for me. Glad we could all experience that together. All right, we got 3 holes left. I'm pretty sure I'm 10 and 11 down. This one's like 160, 170 straight through there, but we're gonna take the big hyzer line. I definitely think this has a place in the bag because of how overstable it is and workable. Like, it very much reminds me of a Razor Claw. And when I was throwing Razor Claws, I wanted to get tactics that I liked, but I didn't like them as much as I like these zones, but I wanted the zones to be more stable, and now they have one. Especially if this comes in like a slightly grippier plastic, like a Crystal Flex. Because it'll sit down on the ground a little better instead of skipping. I didn't think I was gonna like this disc very much because I didn't like the Baobab, but this is just like very versatile, and it actually like moves left to right because it's got some glide. All right, it's like 145 actually. Super light shot. It's gonna be deep. Same shot, Zone OS, we're happy. Nope, that was not the same shot. That was way more right. I don't want to have to throw a forehand 250 feet, so I'm going to try to throw the backhand over those trees on a lot of turn. Oh, that thing's so dumpy. It's not a bad shot, though. Oh, no. Did I just put it in their stuff? That'd be bad. Oh, gosh. Get through. Good kick. Oh, my. Sorry. I threw a penalty. 3 strokes? Yeah, oh gosh. I threw it and I was like, oh, it's gonna be good. And then it just kept rolling. I was like, I think that's in that T-pad. That's not good.
Took a weird skip, but it was heading for the concrete.
Thank you guys, I'm sorry. All right, we'll take the par. Crazy skip. Honestly, if I did throw it into that, I definitely would have taken a 3-stroke penalty. Last hole, last chance for an ace. We have a right to left though, so Zone OS can be a much better disc for this shot. Zone has the box, yeah. Get there. Oh my gosh. Get there. Short. Good shot though. I think if I try to ace every basket with the Zone OS, I'll just end up parking them, so I might need to put it in the bag just for that. Dang it. Nice little headwinder to end it. Here's a new leaderboard for Johnny Putter reviews, but let's talk final thoughts. So, to be completely honest with you, I think this is going straight in my bag. I don't think I'll use it a lot. But I was thinking about getting a Justice or something for like that overstable utility slot, but because this feels pretty comparable to a Zone, honestly slightly more comfortable in the Z Plastic because of how much deeper it is. That's why I like the Razor Claw 3, whereas this is a little more comfortable because of the plastic and it just goes farther and for me is a little bit more workable. But this is a really good complement to that. I don't think I need to find my really overstable like 5-speed. I think that this at a 4-speed will do that job for me. It might not go quite as far, but I think it'd probably be like a 20-foot difference. And if I see that I actually need that when I'm playing my tournaments, I might go ahead and get it, but I feel like I can rip on it and it'll be really good. So I think this is a really money mold. Excited for it to come out in some more plastics. Discraft, if you watch this video and you get more plastics and you want me to review them, or you want me to review this Brody one, or you want me to review everything, hit me up. Instagram, emails, you guys can hit me up too if you want to, but one of these is going to my Patreon, so you can sign up for my Patreon down below. It's the best way to support me, and it means a lot. But if not, I really appreciate you guys watching. If you want to check out something else that's really cool of a recent release, check out the Cloudbreaker right down here, or the Discmania MD1, both really good discs, or my comparison of like a bunch of plastics of zones when I was in my tournament season last year. I'm guessing I can probably max this and throw this guy with no win like 270, so not far. Okay, love you guys, bye.